Welcome to our blue sofa today.
Thank you so much for having us today.
How can artificial intelligence help law enforcement agencies move from reactive investigations to proactive crime prevention strategies?
Wow. Solving crimes in a proactive way, or you know what, let's break out the term proactive. To be proactive, you need to be able to identify crimes before they happen, right? In order for you to be able to identify crimes before they happen, you need to be able to identify patterns, anomalies, and potentially illicit behaviors. How do you identify those illicit behaviors? You need data, a lot of data. So you need to bring in the data, fuse it, analyze it, and eventually use the big guns, as we call it, the AI, in order to digest it and find the connections and the anomalies in the story. This is exactly what NEXYTE does. NEXYTE is taking data from various sources, fuses them into the system. Those sources can be call records, can be simple data structures, complex data structures, and historical data. It can be real-time data, and applies AI to find exactly those same patterns that we are looking for. This would enable police to do what we call predictive policing, to identify crimes potentially before they occur.
What's the role of data fusion and contextual analysis in preventing crime, and how can AI platforms support this?
So the data fusion is basically the building block. This is what everything is built upon, right? So first you need to have a good data fusion platform that will bring all of your data, analyze it, fuse it, real-time data, historical data, structured, unstructured. Once you have the data, you would probably have a pretty good picture of your, what we call entities, of your topics of search. The person, the firm, the bank account, the area of interest. But this is not enough. You cannot stop there. In order to identify the contexts between those individuals or entities, you need to apply AI. So AI-driven platforms such as NEXYTE do exactly that. We're taking the data, we're applying AI, where we are identifying the contexts behind those individuals, and that basically enables a law enforcement officer and analyst to get the crime solved. I'll give you an example. You might have a financial crime somewhere in Latin America, right? And you have a gang here in Europe. Both sides, are doing their thing, doing their crimes, but only sophisticated capabilities that can identify links between them and give you the context that this potentially fraudulent activity of, money laundering is connected and is laundering money for the local criminal gang. So that's how AI can support contextual investigations.
What are the biggest challenges police face in adopting prevention-first approaches, and how can a decision intelligence platform address them?
So probably the number one big problem is the sheer amount of data. 20, 30 years ago, law enforcement faced the problem of obtaining data. Today, their problem is totally different. Today, their problem is that they have so much data that they are unable to get the needle in the haystack. Assuming that they are able to get the needle in the haystack, it wouldn't come in a timely manner. So they need to find the right thing in a timely manner. This is exactly what NEXYTE does, right? NEXYTE brings in the data, it fuses in data, structured, unstructured, call records, criminal records, financial records, brings them all into the system, then generates what we call entities, which those specific individuals, either person of interest, a car, bank account, whatever, that enables investigators to investigate upon, and then applies AI to generate basically the heavy lifting of connections between people, direct relations, hidden relations, and things like that.
Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having us.